Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. I was getting into your energy before I turned on the camera, and I saw like waves tumbling over the sand onto a shore, and then they pulled back out, and I saw sea glass. It was green. It was beautiful. So I was looking at it, and I was thinking, oh, okay, so you might have felt like you were going through the tumbler, right? Like you've been being sloshed around and kind of beat up and ground down on, and as a result, now you're this beautiful sea glass. All the rough edges have been smoothed out, and the light is shining through. And why not? It's your birthday, so happy birthday to you, Cancer. So let's see what else Spirit wants to talk about today. I do want to remind you that you should always check out your sun, your moon, and your rising. Your sun sign is your personality. I'm sorry, it's your core view. It's your value system. I need more. It's the core view. It's your value system. Your rising sign is your personality. It's how the world views you. And your moon sign. Okay. And your moon sign is how you feel and react and respond to the energies around you. So the first card you got was the King of Swords. And so I was trying to figure out, well, what is it that you're trying to discern? What are you trying to weigh out? What are you trying to figure out? And the next card that came out was the Hermit. So this is about, what do you believe in? What is your spirituality? Where do you stand on these things? Which makes a lot of sense with the sea glass too, because smoothing out the rough edges so that you can shine. That's kind of the process of living, so that the light of spirit can shine through. And a lot of that comes from this discerning process. So I feel like discernment is kind of the watchword of the week for you. What do you know? What do you need to know? What are you seeking? And we actually cover discernment a little bit more in the reading. So let's go ahead and get on into it. I do want to remind you that here at this channel, we work with the energies of the moon to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And we walk into the week with the moon in Virgo, and it's about receiving the nourishment and the pouring down and the blessings of the abundance of the universe. It might be just a little far down. Let me fix that. There we go. Now you can see everything. I don't think we should be cutting the Hermit's head off. All right, so the abundance of the universe is pouring down over you. You're discerning. You're figuring out, what is your belief system? What do you believe? You're listening to your higher self. So let's just see what kind of guidance we can get on that. All right. You have rediscover and productivity. Very interesting. So what did you want to start? What did you want to do when you were younger? What did you begin but not finish? What is it that you want to pick up the pieces of and start afresh on, start anew on, put some more energy into it, put the enthusiasm into it, put the effort into it? Because we just had that new moon in Cancer, which has the energy to go out for, like 6 to 18 months. And so, are you rediscovering your values? Are you getting to know who you are, and you're discerning, what is it that I want to put the energy and the effort into? Because when that moon moves into Libra on Monday at 2:07 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so all day Monday, all day Tuesday, it's about finding the path. It's about assessing where you are and where do you want to go? Or where do you want to go and how do you get there? It almost feels more like that. I think you know where you want to go. You're rediscovering that aspect of you, that dream, that goal, right? During the last month when it was in Gemini, when the sun was in Gemini, there was a great opportunity to really evaluate your life. We do that month before our birthday comes. And so with your solar return, it's an opportunity to start off, to launch off, to go ahead and go get it. And then you had the eclipse energy to couple with that. And so I feel like there's a real possibility and real potential here. Oh, my hands are itching. Okay, yes, there's a real potential here for you to take this and create something wonderful with it. So it's my left hand that's itching. And my mother used to say, when your left hand itches, that means money's coming to you. And so that's what I associate that with. And so I feel like it's a financial project. It's something that you really wanted to work on. And okay, so here we go. This is the discerning process. There's been a lot of confusion for you on this. And the confusion comes around self-worth. This is the sacral chakra. So this thing, this path, this thing that you're rediscovering, this productivity that you want to do, determining, is this something of value to anyone but me? If so, how much is the value on it? How do I value my time? How do I value my effort? How do I value whatever it is that you're trying to create? This is about knowing your value. I was listening to another reader, Nicholas Ashbaum, and he was talking about this, I think, for Cancer, because it was one of the ones I was listening to, and so either Cancer or Pisces, but I think Cancer, and he was talking about, do you charge enough for your services? Do you charge enough for your goods? If you don't value your time and effort, then how can you expect anyone else to value it? And so maybe it's a time of assessing that. Like, how much time do you put into something, rediscovering what you want to do, how much is it worth, clearing up the confusion on that, weighing out the pros and the cons. And then when the moon moves into your 5th house of fun and romance on Wednesday, that's in Scorpio, there's a sense of a discernment, but it also comes with the fears. So, using your third eye to decide what fears are worth worrying about and which ones need to be let go, what has value, what doesn't. And I feel like this has to do with business, even though we're kind of more in the home area. But I kind of think that also we're always trying to create that balance of nurturing others, nurturing ourselves. But if you forget to nurture yourselves, where's your self-worth? And so it might not have to do with money. It might have to do with your time. Like, you're always giving and giving and giving to the family, but are they taking care and giving back? And so I almost feel like telling you to put your mask on. When the pressure drops in the cabin and they say to put your mask on first before you try to help others, I kind of feel like you need to take some time for yourself so that you can create this harmony, so that you can create this balance. See the yin and the yang? This is harmony. This is harmony in your life. This is enjoying your life. This is feeling valued. This is feeling valuable. And then there's the need to understand the boundaries and the willpower it takes to establish those boundaries and maintain those boundaries. So if it is a business and you're trying to decide how much to charge for a service, then you need to establish what your time is worth. If this is your family, and I'm talking about both because now we're in the house of work-life. And when the moon is in Sagittarius, that's your house of work-life balance. And so Friday and Saturday and Sunday, that's all about trying to create that balance. So what is your time worth to you? How much are you giving? How much are you receiving back? So it's establishing your boundaries, creating the willpower, and then focusing on the transformation that you want to bring about in your life. So let's say you want to lose weight, but you're always so busy and you don't have time to shop for the right foods and then prep the foods and then work out and all those things because you're running your kids to this practice and you're running that errand for your significant other and you're doing this and you're doing that and you've got like 1,000 things coming at you. What is your time worth? Where do you place yourself on your list of priorities? Where do you belong? You have been tumbled around in the surf and you are smoothed out and you are shiny. Let your light shine. You are beautiful and you are worth something. So create those boundaries. Say, look, hey, I need to have time to do these things that are important to me. So maybe sitting down and making a priority list. So start by listing out 5 to 10 things in your life that are really important to you. And then put them in order. What's your most important? What's your next most important, and work your way through it. And if you do this, it's amazing how when you go to make decisions in the future after you make your list, how when you're not sure what you should do with your time, how you're supposed to value everything, then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I'll just go to my list and then I'll know. So you are definitely, look, there's the yin yang showing up again. Okay, so you've had that, it's a fresh start. It's starting fresh. It says, a wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. That new moon eclipse that just happened on the 2nd of July. So that would have been just this week that passed, right? That was a real great opportunity for you to start something new, something of value to you. It happened in your first house of you. So what's most important to you? What do you want to create? Where do you want to put your effort? Because where you focus your mind and your energy, that's where you're going to create. So what do you want to do? What's important? There's a real opportunity here because we also have that eclipse happening in your 7th house of partnerships coming up on Tuesday. And so that's ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. It could be a work partnership. It could be a personal partnership. But you have a real opportunity here to create the life that you really want. It's a lot of great energy. So you have rainbow. Connect to spirit and nature. So get out this week. Get outside. Spend some time. Go for walks. Go down to the lake if you can, or the beach, or the river. I feel like getting near water is really important. For one thing, they show water on here, but also because of what I saw was it was definitely water in your vision. And so I feel like, you need to get things moving. The thing that I just noticed about these two is look how cold and frozen they look. Like we have snow and up in the mountains. And so if you want to energize things and get things moving, get near water so the flow is happening. Get out in the sunlight. Go and enjoy the opportunities to let nature speak to you. Like if you see something that crosses your path, go look it up. Spiritual meaning of. That's a great way to connect with spirit, right? Get out there and try something new. Do something new. And even if you only pick one thing that you do for yourself this week, decide, no, I'm really doing this. I'm setting this time aside for it, or I'm going to create this. So for instance, let's start with water. You can pour some water into some blue of those quart jars or any blue pitcher, and bless the water. Say, I bless this water. I thank it for nourishing me and filling my life up with vitality and energy. And then let it sit in the sunlight and then drink that water. And make sure you're drinking 6 to 8 glasses a day. And even if you only do that one small thing for yourself, I bet you will notice how things start to shift in your life, because now you are concentrating on placing yourself first, at least in one area, and that one doesn't take a lot of time. So you can start small, right? All right, you take care. We'll talk soon. Have a great week. Do something great for yourself. Even if it's small, something great, right?